The four strategic pillars of Lagos: economic development, infrastructure development, social development and security, and finally, sustainable environment, makes the city of Lagos a city that offers a guaranteed future and hope for all Nigerians. Let's talk and think Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show right after this timeout. You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. Welcome to Lagos Agencies in Focus, where we try as much as we can to confirm, verify, and ascertain the level of success being made by the various agencies under the strategic ministries in Lagos. And this is also to make sure that the agency's core vision and mission falls in line with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And first, what is of critical concern is that Lagos, as we all know, is a cosmopolitan city with a huge, fast-growing population and coupled with massive industrial activities. Of course, these activities generate large quantum of wastewater, and if not properly managed, could create environmental hazard. And of course, in Lagos, there is a strategic agency that is saddled with the management of wastewater in Lagos. I'm talking about the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office under the able leadership of the General Manager, Engineer Adefemi Afolabi. GM, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
First, Lagosians would like to know, who is Engineer Afolabi? What's your professional skill background, and how has your wealth of experience of serious strategic relevance and importance managing an agency of this nature?
Thank you very much. I'm a chemical engineer by training, and that's my first degree. I have a master's in business administration. I also have a postgraduate in civil and environmental engineering with a water specialization. And I'm a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers. I'm a member of the International Water Association. I'm also a member of the RegNet, which is the regulators network for sanitation and water providers in the world. I'm also the focal person for sanitation that represents Lagos State at the World Health Organization level under sanitation. So I have great experience and training on wastewater and, of course, water. My entire career in the Lagos State service has been over 23 years of serving the state, and so I'm not new in this sector.
Fantastic. GM, tell us from an historical perspective, what informed the establishment of the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, and what are your core values, vision, and mission statement of the agency?
The Lagos State Wastewater Management Office was established on the 3rd of September 2010. The agency was established to address the issues of sewage wastewater management because it became a growing concern that what agency of government should be responsible for managing sewage in Lagos State. And we, as an agency, metamorphosed from the erstwhile Sewage and Water Department of the Ministry of the Environment, as at then. Now it's called the Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources. So it encapsulates everything concerning water, drainages, and of course sanitation, which sewage falls under. And our core values are improved public health, because for us, we believe that public health is of great concern, and that is the health of the citizens of the state. And the second core value is environmental sustainability. We want to be sure that the sewage being generated, 2.21 million cubic every day, from homes, commercial premises, from every institution, schools, are properly managed and of course treated before disposal. And our mission is to entrench sustainable and healthy wastewater management practice in Lagos State. And through that, we'll deploy policies, plans, and projects for us to be able to really tackle the issue of wastewater, because it's a daily generated concern and it must be really treated. And our vision is to have a Lagos smart city with clean and sustainable water resource that's devoid of wastewater and contamination. Our responsibility basically is to manage the 2.21 million cubic meter of wastewater generated in Lagos State by over 23 million people. And you know, Lagos State, the population is on the increase. And of course, it has been said that in the next 5 years, you know, Lagos State will be growing at 3.5%. So it is a great concern for us to always tackle the issue of wastewater. And as an agency, we also look at strengthening institutional capacity. That is the issue that concerns the other agencies that will work together in the environment sector, and of course the non-state actors as well that go from homes to peak sewage. So our responsibility is to really monitor their activity and to ensure that when they get to the homes or any premises, they evacuate and dispose at our government managed facilities that will treat sewage on a daily basis. So we call it septage at that point because it has remained in homes and evacuated and of course treated at our facilities. And the second responsibility for us is to also look at pockets of treatment facilities in Lagos State, that those private institutions, even public, LSDPC, NTDA, Ministry of Housing, that have estates, both private and public, are they really managing sewage well? So our responsibility in that regard is that we want to ensure that they put in place the adequate and the appropriate treatment infrastructure. So we monitor such facilities to ensure that standards are also met. And we also look at universal access to basic sanitation. We ensure that in all premises that you must at least have basic sanitation facilities, the water closet system or facility. And if you recall that in Lagos State, we have abolished the use of pail latrine. And so any facility that is still using pail latrine system is illegal. And we also look at financial sustainability of wastewater infrastructure. So as the government, we have 4 treatment facilities that we operate in terms of wastewater treatment and also 5 fecal sludge facilities. And we also ensure that environmental protection and sustainability are achieved. We ensure that compliance of premises are done so that people that puncture or pump sewage indiscriminately into the drains are chased, and of course we penalize them. And our focus is willful compliance, that everybody should contain their sewage or wastewater within their premises without polluting the environment.
Thank you very much. Now, under which pillar does the agency fall? Talking about the Teams Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. How have you been able to align with the Teams Plus agenda of the governor?
The Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, we align ourselves with the second pillar, which is the health and environment pillar, because sanitation has a direct nexus to public health. So if we do sanitation properly, then public health will be improved upon. The issue of cholera that was experienced in the state as of last year is as a result of improper fecal sludge management and poor sanitation of the citizenry. And of course, the fourth pillar as well, making Lagos a 21st century. What we advocate and ensure to achieve is that let the people stop indiscriminate discharge of fecal sludge into the environment.
GM, how would you describe wastewater collection network in Lagos State? What are the strategic policy initiatives and measures taken to address this?
In Lagos State, we have realized that it's a growing city and largest populated city in the country, over 23 million and still growing. So water and the issue of sanitation and the issue of infrastructure is challenged in Lagos because we have an overdrive of population. So for us, infrastructural development is key and is one of our pillars. We have 4 pillars of the strategic action plan of the agency, which is a 5-year plan, and it's a 2025 to 2030 plan. And those 4 pillars are hinged on one, infrastructural development, that we must provide adequate infrastructure to be able to take in and treat sewage and wastewater as the case may be. And the second one is improved service delivery. How does sewage and wastewater, how are they collected, treated, and how are they disposed properly without contaminating the environment? And the third one is the improved regulatory framework. How do the private concern or even public concern, the state actors, non-state actors, how do they manage sewage in their enclave? And the fourth one is environmental and financial sustainability. This infrastructure, all our programs, all our plans, are they sustainably done in terms of finance? So we, as an agency, are very passionate in evolving and implementing our strategic action plan, which has commenced this year.
Enforcement and compliance. How successful has an agency been able to ensure a sustained positive collaboration, compliance, and most importantly, enforcement in terms of your standards from corporate organizations, public buildings, and individual homes as it relates to waste management control?
For us as an agency, we believe that willful compliance is the best. And in terms of this, what we mean is that the state standards as concerning the environment, as concerning standards of sewage management, how sewage is managed, how it's contained, how it's transported, and how it's treated is done in accordance with the laws of the state. So we, from time to time, have engagements, town hall meetings. Sometimes we even reach out to them by even visiting their facilities. We have 20 operational zones, and we have officers that visit these facilities on a daily basis. And through that, we ensure that compliance is met. And for those that are badly behaved, that one way or the other try to circumvent the law, then we apply the big stick, which is the enforcement. And that is also done in compliance with the law. We issue letters giving them the opportunity to correct whatever bad behavior is going on, especially indiscriminate discharge of wastewater into the environment. And if that is not heeded to, sometimes we apply court summons, which of course dovetails into sanctions, such as penalties are paid to the government. And eventually, if they are also not yielding to those warnings, then those facilities are sealed off by the government. Until they comply, then the facility remains shut.
Data gathering profile of the agency must be very reliable, useful, and dependable. How have you been able to put accurate data together that has helped the agency effectively supervise, monitor, and enforce erring organizations or institutions, and to also ensure that you're able to manage wastewater?
Data is key and it's paramount for us because it helps us in the issue of planning, and of course to be able to really deploy our plans and programs towards the achievement of our aims and objectives. And the first data gathering strategy that we apply is field observation. We have monitoring personnel that Mr. Governor has graciously approved for us to monitor the environment. And laboratory sampling is also done while on site to ensure that standards of effluent, what goes out into the environment, meets the permissible standard. We have the mobile laboratories, vans, to be able to actually gather data and to be able to profile every premises that we visit on a daily basis. And for us, it gives us a clear position of where we are in terms of the quality of our water resource, both surface and groundwater. It also helps us in infrastructural development so that we are able to really understand that this is the need of every area of the state.
For you to run a very strategic agency of this nature, you definitely need very robust, well-trained manpower. What is the human capacity development initiative of the agency in order for your workforce to meet up with best international practice?
This agency is a technically inclined agency, and it's engineering based, scientific based, and for us to be able to be abreast with best practice internationally, our officers are from time to time trained by experts from both local and international. And Mr. Governor has graciously always approved that we be trained in line with the mandate of the office. And we have huge support in that regard. And from time to time, because technology is always evolving, we have exposures to visit other climes that must be duplicated when we come back home. So it's a great support that we have in this agency.
It's quite important to also ascertain the spread of your network of operations to achieve your set objectives. As a diverse, complex city, Lagos is subdivided into urban, semi-urban, rural, and remote areas. Is your presence well felt in every part of Lagos?
Yes, as an agency, we recognize that it's not only the urban areas that exist in Lagos. For us, it's a statewide activity, and that is why we have 20 zonal operational enclaves where our officers visit on a daily basis. And for us, we have also 5 septage handling stations that treats sewage on a daily basis, and it's spread across the state, 5 divisions. And we also have 300 septage haulage vehicles in Lagos that operate. So our mandate is also to monitor their operation in the 3 tiers of the development, which is the urban, semi-urban, and the rural. And we also have 4 municipal wastewater treatment facility spread across the state. And of course, we can also have more. And that is why we're also open to public-private partnership for private concern to come into operation with us so that further we can make our spread better.
In case you just joining us, we've been speaking with the General Manager of the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, talking about Engineer Afolabi. Now, GM, you have a flyer calling on the public to report buildings without toilet facilities, illegal discharge of untreated sewage into the environment, collapsed and dilapidated septic tanks, illegal sewage dislodging activities. So if I want to report, what are the very reliable social media platforms or contacts or office to reach out to?
For complaints, our phone line 080-2202-2397. And we also have very active social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X at LSWMO Media, website lswmo.lagosstate.gov.ng. And our email is lsmomedia@gmail.com. They can also visit our office at 1 Obasa Road off Obakran Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos. And of course, we also welcome whistleblowing because we have, from time to time, had complaints from the citizens that want to report some of these acts that have been listed. And for us as a state government, is zero tolerance to indiscriminate discharge of wastewater into the environment, and we do not take it lightly.
GM, let's look at your landmark achievements. Since you came on board, what you've been able to do to take the agency to the next level.
Some of our landmark achievements as an agency is the development of the WASH sector policy 2024. And by WASH, I mean water supplier and sanitation policy. So we're very instrumental in achieving that policy, of course, being coordinated by the Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources. And that policy gives us a clean view of what the operations of each agency must be and what is the direction by which every agency will go. So in that policy, it is well spelled out what the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office is done, and that has been approved by the State ESCO, and we have it as a working document from 2024. And the second achievement is the development of the strategic action plan for the agency, and that plan is hinged on 4 pillars, and it's a 2025 to 2030 plan. Also, we have also been able as an agency to sign a memorandum of understanding with a private investor, that Mrs. Josbong, group of companies that want to inject funds to upgrade some of our infrastructure, sewage treatment infrastructure in the state, is one of the way forward where the private concern will come in and help to expand what government is also doing. And we have also signed MOU for biogas production because for us, fecal sludge management, we have byproducts which could be produced, and part of it is the production of gas. So we have a private concern that says, okay, yes, let me come and invest in this sector to be able to produce gas. And we're also in collaboration with Lamata, one of our sister agencies, on biofuel production as an alternative source of fuel for our BRT buses. We are still in discussions. We hope that very soon that landmark achievement will really be commissioned. We also have provision of a state-of-the-art mobile laboratory. Now we can go from facility to facility to test the effluent being discharged from facilities. And just recently, we've been able to supervise the Lasucom wastewater treatment facility. And that facility was supervised by this agency. And as of now, the facility has been commissioned by Lasucom itself. And for us, it's a great achievement because Ab initio, the nursing school hostel used to have septic tanks and a lot of environmental issues. So as of now, we have something that we can be proud of, and saying that their sewage being produced on site is treated before being discharged in the environment. Another achievement will be that we from time to time have stakeholders engagement with some of our stakeholders, the resident associations in some low-cost housing estates where we have some of our treatment facilities. And for us, the cooperation is huge, while communication is also ongoing.
Moving on, we are sure you have some projected plans to improve wastewater management. Encapsulate your projected plans for the agency.
The first plan that we have, and that is very critical for us as an agency, is that our 5 septage treatment facilities will be upgraded. Because in Lagos State, we have 85% of citizens using the septic tank and soak-away pits in their facilities or in their homes. So the issue of septage or the fecal sludge being generated on a daily basis is a great concern for us. And where it ends up is also a great concern for us. So we're looking at a situation where we can upgrade those facilities to be able to, one, harness the sludge being produced or generated in those facilities. We can convert them to coal, call them the biochar, used as a cooking material. And we can also have gas production from those facilities. So those kind of infrastructures are part of our future plans. And even we could also produce interlocking stones, we call them the briquettes, where those sludge could be harnessed and be converted to interlocking stones. And we also have fish meal production is also a future plan for us, because sludge being produced could be converted to fish meal, and if it's done well. So those technology are part of what we want to deploy in the nearest future. And as I mentioned earlier, the issue of harnessing gas for us is very critical, because now the green energy for us is the way to go in terms of issues of climate change, helps to mitigate the effects of climate change, because when we start burning diesel fuel or petrol fuel, it also adds to the effects of the climate change that we have. We also want to go a step further by optimizing the use of information technology for our work. So we want to deploy what we call the wastewater information management system. So we'll be able to also harness and improve revenue generation for the state government, and of course improve the services rendered to the citizens of the state.
Now, how would you describe the support of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to the agency to achieve your set goals?
We really appreciate Mr. Governor, Mr. Selibo, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu for the great support he's given this agency, because without his support, we're going nowhere. So in terms of training and capacity development for our members of staff, for us, it's been supporting us immensely. And through its support, we have been able to deploy service delivery better than before. We've been able to even do our monitoring more than we've been doing it before. And infrastructural development support has also been very immense in our operations. And even for us to unveil our strategic action plan 2025 to 2030 is also with his support. So we thank Mr. Governor and of course the State ESCO, Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Tokumo Wahab, also very instrumental to what we do as an agency. So we thank everyone for this great work. And of course our special advisor, Engineer Kodu, is also there. And of course our permanent secretaries are also supporting us.
GM, on a final note, what are your words of encouragement to Lagosians, stakeholders and partners in the wastewater management chain in Lagos State?
First and foremost, I want to appreciate all our development partners, our stakeholders, the sister agencies that we work with on a daily basis in achieving our mandates. And I also want to tell us that there's room for better partnership, for better support in this sanitation work we're doing. So, and private concerns too are welcome on board to partner with us to be able to expand the cost of sanitation and of course sewage management in Lagos State. I want to encourage Lagosians, stakeholders, partners to continue to support the effort of the Lagos State government, particularly the administration of Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, in ensuring that we have a sustainable, healthy environment. Please report illegal discharge of wastewater into the environment. Do whistleblowing. If you see something, say something. And we should also ensure that we report buildings without toilets and collapsed, dilapidated septic tanks to this agency. And of course, report illegal sewage dislodging and disposing of sewage by illegal tankers. And you can reach us via phone line 080-2202-2397 and our social media handle Facebook, Instagram and X at LSWMO Media, our website lswmo.lagosstate.gov.ng, email lswmomedia@gmail.com. You can also visit our office headquarters at 1 Obasa Road off Obakran Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos. So for us as an agency, we want to make Lagos a 21st century smart city. So we want your collaboration. We want you to join hands with us in achieving this mandate and to take Lagos to the next level. Thank you.
Engineer Adefemi Afolabi, General Manager, Lagos State Wastewater Management Office. Thank you, sir, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
We want to wish you all the best. It's been quite informative and educative, really, listening to the General Manager speak about the very innovative and creative strategies to manage wastewater in Lagos, as well as looking at other very vibrant and possible means of recycling wastewater to generate energy. Well, that's it on Lagos Agencies in Focus. Taking a look at the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office and capturing the very significant master plan of the agency to make Lagos more safe and more secure for Lagosians and all our stakeholders. City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment. We'll be right back.
Hello Lagosians, my name is Engineer Adefemi Afolabi and I'm the General Manager, Lagos State Wastewater Management Office. For us as an agency, our mission is to entrench wastewater sustainability in Lagos State, and our vision is to have a Lagos that is devoid of wastewater pollution and contamination. The concern of this agency is basically to manage wastewater and sewage in Lagos State. 2.21 million cubic meter of wastewater generated is of concern to us as an agency. Do you know that wastewater mismanagement can cause incidents of cholera, incidents of typhoid in the environment? Report all illegalities to the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office via our phone lines and other social media handles as shown in the screen. We implore all Lagosians to report illegality in terms of wastewater indiscriminate discharge into the environment, into our drainages. We want you also to report dilapidated septic tank and soak-away pits that are polluting our environment. We also want you to report illegal dislodgers that are indiscriminately disposing sewage into our water bodies. See something, say something. We have a policy for zero tolerance of indiscriminate discharge of wastewater and other pollutants into the environment. We want to thank Mr. Governor, Mr. Oyedepo Sanwo-Olu, for supporting immensely this agency, the Lagos State Wastewater Management Agency, in achieving our mandate. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni o.
Lagos is an evolving city set for greatness. Let's keep hope alive until we come your way again next week. Thanks for watching.